Welcome back to Gardening Nurture. In today's episode, we will reveal 5 sure-shot tricks and garden hacks to multiply those so-called difficult-to-propagate plants with 100% success using different methods of air layering. Plus, we have a secret bonus tip for you at the end. When it comes to propagating or multiplying plants, our mind usually jumps to taking branch cuttings and trying to root them, but most often, we end up with poor results. But what if I told you that there are 5 different ways to multiply plants with 100% success, especially for those difficult-to-root trees or woody or semi-woody branches? Even a newbie gardener can easily succeed with these methods. Moreover, these methods will produce genetically identical new plants, carrying all the characteristics of the parent plant. Let's start with the first method, simple layering. This is the easiest method, and many times this process occurs naturally. You can accomplish this by bending a low-growing or flexible branch to the ground. Optionally, you can injure or strip the outer bark to expose the cambium layer for faster rooting. Applying a rooting hormone powder can also help, but is optional. Then, cover part of it with soil, leaving the remaining 6 to 12 inches above the soil. To prevent it from coming out of loose soil, you can place some weight over it. Make sure to water your plant regularly. The rooting will start within 4 weeks. Once you see roots, you can separate it from the mother plant and transfer it to an independent container. Moving on to the second method, tip layering. This method is quite similar to the simple layering method. Dig a hole and insert the tip of a plant branch shoot and cover it with soil. The tip grows downward first, then bends sharply and grows upward. Roots form at the bend. It's as simple as that. The third method is classic air layering, which has 2 variations depending on whether the plant is a monocot or a dicot. This is quite interesting. For monocots, make an upward 1 to 1.5 inch cut about 1/3 through the stem. Hold the cut open with a toothpick or any small piece of plastic. Now, you need a growing medium or air layering mix. This can be simple, peat moss, coca peat, sphagnum moss, or even just plain soil. For dicots, the process is similar except for a 1-inch ring of bark being removed from the stem. Apply some rooting hormone powder if you have, then wrap it with a polythene sheet and tie both ends securely. The fourth method is pot layering, a variation of classic air layering. Use a plastic pot for air layering in this method. Strip off the bark with a sharp knife to expose the inner tissue. Cut through the plastic pot and fix it to the branch. Use duct tape, cello tape, or strings to tie it properly. Fill the pot with potting mix, water it, and cover it with a polythene cover to retain moisture. Rooting should start within 4 weeks. After 4 to 6 weeks, you can cut off this branch below this level and plant it independently. Lastly, the fifth method is water layering. This is another variation of air layering where water is used as the growing medium. This method is very useful for monocots, but also works on dicots. Take a waste plastic bottle and cut a small window at its upper middle part. Make an upward 2-inch cut about 1/3 through the stem. Introduce the bottle through this cut and fix it using strings or ties. Fill the bottle with water and support the branch with a stick to prevent it from breaking. If exposed to the sun, cover it with a dark cloth. Adding a 1/4 tablet of aspirin to the water can accelerate rooting. Roots start as early as 10 days. You can then cut it off from the mother plant and replant it in an independent container. And now for the bonus tip. Adding aspirin to your air layering mix can boost the rooting process. Mix 1 tablet in 1 liter of water and use it to moisten the air layering mix. For bottle or water layering, drop a 1/4 tablet directly into the bottle. For pot layering, water the pot with this solution. For classic air layering, you can mix it while wetting the mix or inject it into the air layering pouch with a syringe. That's all for today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your feedback and queries. Happy gardening!